If we have some weird lights and shadows in this video, it's because I'm recording this outside. I'm like, what was that all about? I'm going to record this outside? Yes, I'm recording this outside. And then I'll do some green screen background probably. But yeah, I'm outside. I'm about to go take a walk. And before I do that, I'm going to talk about my Christmas guide. I cannot tell you the name of the people in this movie because I already forgot, except I think the guy's name is Ben Mel, and then there's a lady in it who I think is the lady who's in like Heartland or some other similar long running Hallmark show, but I don't think she's been in any Hallmark movies yet. The movie's fine. Uh let me, so you can tell what this movie is all about just from the commercials. Ben Mel's character is visually impaired, hasn't always been. I feel like they say that he's lost his sight like in the last couple of years due to a disease, which I'm sure they name, and I don't remember what it was, but he is an English professor, and this movie starts out the reason that these people even meet is so weird. And I'll probably roll some video here in a second because he is like picking up his kid from school, and then the female lead, why can't I even remember her name, is walking. She's a guide dog trainer, and she's walking Max, who is such a good boy. Max is such a good boy, which is like, I think this movie would get rated not as high by me if it were not for the fact that Max is such a good boy and I'm a sucker for dogs. Like, I have cats, but because they're easy. I mean, they're so easy. Plus, I love cats. But I also love dogs. Some people think if you have cats and love cats, you don't love dogs. But no, I love them both. And Max is such a good boy. So she's walking him, and then she sees Ben, and we're just going to call him Ben since I can't remember his character's name, and his daughter. Like he's picking her up from school, and she just kind of like stands there on the sidewalk, like watching them for a minute. And I'm like, this is like odd. Like, I get why you're doing it because you have guide dogs and he doesn't have a guide dog, and like this is your life, and you're looking at him going like he could benefit from a guide dog. But it's still, to me, maybe, I don't know. I don't think anybody probably is going to watch this who actually trains guide dogs, but if such a person exists, you tell me if this would be like a weird scenario. And then later, she goes into the school and it's like, yeah, I saw this visually impaired guy picking up his daughter. And she's like, oh yeah, that's such and such. And yeah, her dad lost his vision a couple of years ago. And I'm like, I don't feel like that's information the school should just be giving to somebody who just comes into the school and asks about somebody. Like, I would think that there's some sort of a privacy issue there. But she leaves her information for the lady to pass on to the kid, who then passes it on to the dad. And then they go because the daughter wants to go, and they meet Max, and of course they're like going to give it a whirl, and so then they start doing their thing. In the meantime, she already has a boyfriend who, like, it's a common trope in Hallmark where like the female lead has a boyfriend already in the beginning, and obviously we can see from the beginning he's a turd. Like, this guy is like one of the biggest turds I've ever seen in a Hallmark movie. He is automatically, like, it's so clear right from the very beginning that she should dump him. The fact that it takes her as long as it does to dump him is absolutely freaking absurd. So anyway, and they spend too much time on that character. Like, it's like they didn't have enough to do with these two to build their relationship and their chemistry. I think there is chemistry. I don't know that there is enough, but it's there, I think. And I feel like they just didn't have enough stories, so they literally like spend far too many minutes with this douchebag character who they show at one point off on a boys trip when he's supposed to be like doing things with her around Christmas time because her dad's in town. And then they show like his friend in the background who's just like laying back, and then we see she sees a picture of him on social media with some girls, like before this, I think. And she's like, who are the girls? And he's like, oh, I don't, what girls are you talking about? Like, it's just totally, absolutely ridiculous. They show him talking to his friend Chainsaw, asking what should he do for Christmas for his girlfriend, and Chainsaw like gives him the idea to like because says something. He's like, well, I don't have enough money for that because I spent much money on the boys trip. And he's like, okay, well then just basically say you're gonna get her something like in the summertime. So they show him handwriting out the note of saying, and I'll take you to Mexico in the summertime, signed your guy, Chad. And it's like this, like, way too long scene that we didn't need to see, like, at all. We didn't need to see any of it. Like, we didn't need to see him talking to Chainsaw. We didn't need to see him come to this. We didn't need to see him later talking on the phone about how he doesn't want an engagement ring. He just wants a promise ring. She should not have had to see the video that her friend gets for, like, is her friend going and digging up video or just happens to catch this video? And is this Ring doorbell video because it has sound? Because most places, like, don't have surveillance cameras that have sound on them. I don't believe that that's a thing, like, unless you were super fancy. But, like I have a Ring camera, but I don't have, like, the thing where you can record stuff. But I know, so I don't know that you could hear sound on this. But anyway, she catches she catches the boyfriend, the friend that works with her, gets video of the boyfriend talking to Ben Mel's character, saying, and watch if I'm calling him the wrong thing the whole time. This is absolutely ridiculous. But he's literally has this conversation with him that we have already seen of him trying to assert his dominance and saying, she's really beautiful, you should see her. And like, totally crass, classless, ridiculous. And like, we're really serious and don't think that she has any like feelings for you because she just gets close to all her clients. And then Ben Mel's character's like, well, I can at least see that she deserves more, which is true. We could all see that she deserves more from the very beginning, from the first minute that we ever meet you. It's absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, I'm saying a lot of stuff that isn't good, but at the same time, there is something about, like, again, Max is such a good boy. These two, like, I like them. I feel like there should be more to them, but at the same time, like, I wasn't bored, and I didn't like, I hated the boyfriend, but when they were together on screen, I like them together. It was a very just like, okay, we're just here. We're with them. Da, da, da. Like, this is 100%. You can fold your laundry. You could just have this on in the background, cooking or doing whatever. And the daughter is cute. She's been in several other things. There's a thing that she has with this bully at school, who this bully is just such a little mini turd. And she gets fed up with him and pushes some cake in his face, which she shouldn't do because she shouldn't have turned it physical. But at the same time, like, I totally understand where she was coming from, and the way the school handled it, I felt was, understanding that they have a no tolerance policy, but I don't feel like they were sympathetic enough to the fact that that kid was a turd. But whatever, I thought that was kind of lame. So yeah, there's good stuff. Totally fold your laundry. But there is a sweetness to it, and some of the stuff was interesting, like that he has this app on his phone where he was able to point at stuff in his closet and it would tell him like what color it was and stuff. I thought that was interesting. And I feel like there was some other stuff that, that comes out along the way that's kind of interesting about guide dogs and whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and give it 2.5. Yeah, let's give it 2.5. Not sure. It's going to be interesting when I try to figure out everything for the year, because I feel like I'm giving like so many things a 2.5 and we've only just begun. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking because it's already 9 minutes. I'm going to go take a walk. I really appreciate you guys being here. If you're watching this on the YouTube, if you want to like it and make my day, that'd be amazing. If you want to subscribe, make my day. Yeah, that'd be great. But if you don't, I'm just glad you're here. Doesn't matter. Thanks for watching. Please, if you are remotely interested in doing so, just let me know in comments what you thought about this movie, because I'm really curious to see what other people think about this. Okay, thanks for listening. Thank you for being here. Okay, bye.